Hello. Quick, almost mid-semester update. A few weeks ago, I got COVID. It just hit me, and I reported it to the school like we're supposed to do, and then was ordered to isolate for 6 days in my room, aside from having to go out and get tested and then go out again to get the physical proof to send to the school that I'd had it. And overall, that experience, aside from going a little bat crazy, being stuck in my bathroom space, it wasn't bad. I loaded up on a bunch of zinc, and after letting myself have the fever and sleep a lot of hours, within about a day and a half, I was mostly good. A little bit of lingering um, nasal stuffiness. But during that time, none of my classes here were willing or able, if they were willing, to let me partake in the lectures via Zoom or any other kind of method, which I found crazy because last semester I could have done that with a lot of my classes. And it just got me thinking. It slowed down my role enough to realize that, one, I had zero interest in the double major that I was including into my role. And then also, I came down here because it was the quick escape from the situation I was in, but where I could get this one main degree and still be around my network, my friends, my community that I'd been in for 12 years, would be to go back up to where I'm from before I was moved to the city where my kids are, and before coming down here, which is even further from where my place is, just because it was the quick decision. So, I mean, honestly, I have to say that I'm really glad that I got COVID and had to go through that struggle of feeling completely overwhelmed and left out from not being included in any of the lectures. Because if not, I would have just been grinding for 3 years to get something that, one, it's not a thrill for me. It just seemed like a smart decision. And two, never looking around to pay attention to what I really wanted, and just constantly being in the effect of the reaction to get away. That's it's quite, I don't know, it's not amazing. I don't know, self-aware. I'm getting a little bit more self-aware because of it. I don't know. So maybe I will stay at this school for another year after this one to begin the major that I want to, that I can also get up at the other school, being the only 3 schools that teach PTA in this state. But I don't know, I have to see. I haven't heard back from the other school yet, since by that last Monday that I had to isolate, I was so frustrated. I went ahead and applied to this school, but then there's an additional application program to get into the program. And I know in December they were already starting to decide who was going to get into it. So it may not even be this coming year, which is why there's this whole, would I go ahead and still get any of the education and clinical experience that I want for it before going up there. So, I mean, in one way it's added a lot of questions, but it's answered a lot of other things, because I knew that I didn't want to stay in this particular housing after this year. but whether I was just gonna live off campus in like an apartment, or because I missed doing massage, and I'm not cutting my rates as low as they would be here for any of the independent places, but it's not a town big enough that has any chains or chiropractors that offer it through their offices. I was thinking of doing like an hour one-way commute by living up in Terre Haute and driving down here for my classes and going back, just to give me the opportunity to still be doing massage. You know, stuff like that, where I was just so in the role that I totally didn't even think that I could have the friendships and the connections and the opportunities for massage and healthy food and organic life and all of this other stuff if I just simply went back to where I consider home, to go to school there, paying private school tuition rates. I was so stuck in the muck, but now I'm at least experiencing some clarity in this whole thing. Meanwhile, dropping some of the classes for that second major, taking me out of full-time status, but still sticking with anatomy and physiology too, and the developmental psych that I need for it, and then accounting, because even though it went with the other major, I'm doing fine in it, and it's good to know. You know, I wasn't bad with my finances before, but I can always be better. So there's that. That tight chest cough left over after COVID. But yeah, just a quick update in the middle of the semester from what's developed here, since I'm in a week where, due to tests and things, there's less homework that needs done. So be well, and I hopefully will figure some things out to give you an update if it matters. I'm still not concerned that it matters to anybody at all. Okay, bye.